So, I'm going to be talking about a hot topic in this video. Probably going to get a lot of dislikes. But, what you guys need to remember is this is personal opinion. Everybody has their own opinions, and this is my opinion. So, with aim assist, there's good, there's bad to it. So, I'm a keyboard and mouse player. I have been for the last year and a half. Since Modern Warfare came out, that's when I moved to keyboard and mouse. But before that, I was a controller player. Now, on PC, which is what my current platform is, I've used both keyboard and mouse and controller. Obviously, I've played a lot more time on this game with a keyboard and mouse than I have with controller. So just bear that in mind going on what you know about me currently. So, Activision has patterns in place to have monetized skill-based matchmaking. So basically, you will get easier lobbies the more money you spend in the store. It's very apparent that they are using the patterns in Modern Warfare as well as Cold War and Warzone. They also have a pattern in place for aim assist. So have you ever had it where you've been playing a game? This goes to a controller player mainly. Have you ever had it where you've been playing a game and all of a sudden you're slapping people, and then the next thing you know, halfway through the game, you just can't hit shots? Well, that's probably because you've got aim assist on your controller, and essentially what the aim assist does is adaptively throughout the game, the aim assist will be stronger or weaker. It is not consistent aim assist. So throughout a game, it will change to be stronger or weaker. So the game basically chooses, even before you get into that lobby, it chooses how many kills you're going to get and if you're going to win that match. Now me as a console player, as a keyboard and mouse player, my bad, I don't play on console, I play on PC. Me as a keyboard and mouse player who plays on PC, I can play for 7 hours a day, and I will have it where I'm slapping these kids on the enemy team, and the next thing I know is they turn into fucking absolute aimbot against me. It doesn't seem to happen to my teammates though. So from when the same person's shooting at my teammates, they're missing all their shots. But when they're shooting at me, they don't seem to miss. And I believe, I could be completely wrong, I could be off. So this is what I think from the fact that I've got nearly 720 hours in Modern Warfare. I've played a lot of games in Modern Warfare. So this is going on like what I've experienced in Modern Warfare, and this is my perspective. So when I've been playing games, the enemy team that are on controller seem to not miss a single bullet on me, and they kill me very, very quickly. And against my teammates, they will miss shots constantly. I believe this is to do with the aim assist that adaptively changes throughout a game. So because I'm a good player on keyboard and mouse, and I play with a lot of controller people, so I get in cross-play lobbies all of the time. And another reason that I keep cross-play turned on as well, even if I'm playing on my own, is because if you're on keyboard and mouse and you're a PC player, if you turn off aim assist, the likelihood of you getting into a cheater lobby of just people aimbotting is very high. I made a video a very long time ago, I want to say like 4 months ago, of what a lobby is like when you turn off crossplay and why PC players keep crossplay turned on. And it was literally just like 3 cheaters going against each other, just aimbotting through walls. That was the lobby that I got into on Search and Destroy with crossplay turned off on PC. It's absolutely ridiculous. So that's why I turn crossplay on. So I go against console players, but not just console players, but PC players that have crossplay turned on as well. So obviously that's why I play with crossplay. So as much as I complain about aim assist and how kids don't seem to miss against me, but against my teammates they're missing shots left, right and centre, as much as I complain about it, I would rather put up with a console player who basically aimbots against me than actually be in a lobby and aimbotting. Because obviously I've got good movement on Modern Warfare, so sometimes if I'm trying, I can like do some, you know, crazy movement and stuff to send their aim assist off me, if that makes sense. But yeah, so back to the topic anyway. So yeah, I've had it where they'll be absolutely dog shit against my teammates. Like, they'll be missing shots left, right and centre. But then every single gunfight I get into, don't matter if it's the same guy, if it's a different guy, don't matter if it's the guy at the bottom of the leaderboard with no kills on the enemy team. Like, it doesn't matter. Most of the time, I would die to some. If they are shooting at me, if I'm quick enough and I shoot them before they even like turn to me, then I can kill them. But as soon as I'm in a gunfight with somebody who's on controller with aim assist, they don't seem to miss against me, and it's super annoying. And I can imagine for a controller player as well, it is super annoying. You've got aim assist, it's a part of the game. I understand why people use it, like, that's great. But as a controller player, I can imagine it's super annoying that your aim assist doesn't work the same and it's not consistent all of the time. Sometimes it will be stronger, sometimes it'll be weaker. Obviously, I've played without aim assist, and I've also played with aim assist. Now, going from not playing with aim assist and then playing with it on, I feel like the aim assist is super strong. I've also played on console. So I used to play older Call of Duties on console. Modern Warfare is the first Call of Duty I've ever played on PC. And the only reason why that is because it's cross-platform. So now I can use the gaming device of my choice. But before I would be playing on Xbox because that's where my friends was. So I used to play with them, but I'd be playing on an Xbox for the pure fact of that's the only way I could play with my friends because there was no crossplay. And that's why now I'm permanently on keyboard and mouse for the entire time that crossplay is a thing. So I've played older CODs, and the aim assist is not very strong on them Call of Duties. To say that I play without aim assist and when I go and play these older Call of Duties, I feel like the aim assist is not very strong at all. I feel like aim assist is maybe non-existent. But obviously, because there's crossplay and controller players are going against keyboard and mouse players, they had to up the aim assist for a controller player to be able to outgun or like actually hit shots on a PC player. Because you gotta think, a lot of PC players are very accurate. Yes, keyboard and mouse, in my opinion, is better than console. Like, better than a controller. For the pure fact is the amount of freedom you get. So I can do better movement on keyboard and mouse compared to how a controller player. Because you gotta think, with a controller, you've got your left stick, and that does like a 360 motion. On a keyboard and mouse, it's 4 buttons, W, A, S, and D. Them 4 buttons, I can all of a sudden be going left, right, like very quickly. Like, my movement can be like adjusted very quickly because I'm only pressing a button. On a controller, you're turning the whole stick to get to the point that you need to be. So that's why a lot of controller players don't have good movement, because of the fact that that is how they play. Now, if their movement was done by the D-pad, then maybe their movement would be good. But because it's done with the left stick, they're at a disadvantage for movement in the game. It's not going to be as good as a PC player. There is some people out there that do have amazing movement with a controller. And if you put the effort in to learn how to get good movement with a controller, then you can be a really good player. If you've got to think, aim assist majority of the time will make you hit shots a lot better than what you normally would, especially at long distance. And that's the one thing that I hate about aim assist, is how strong it is at long distance. Because I've noticed I can use the same class on keyboard and mouse and on controller. Say this class has got a decent amount of recoil, yeah? Well, on controller, as soon as you turn to that player, and your aim assist, like, kind of, it's like a lock-on effect, I guess. As soon as you kind of, like, we'll just call it a lock-on. So as soon as you lock on to that person, and you start, obviously you're shooting at them, the aim assist controls the recoil for you. It doesn't control 100% of it, but it controls a good 95% of the recoil. So it essentially feels like once you've like locked on to the enemy player on a controller, you basically have no recoil. Yes, there's guns where there's a lot of recoil and aim assist won't help you that much, or it feels like it doesn't help you that much. But versus keyboard and mouse, with keyboard and mouse, we have to fully control our recoil. We also have to track the person in the process of doing that. As of on a controller, once your aim assist is kind of locked on, it's doing majority of the tracking for you. Like, I feel like the whole thing of controller versus keyboard and mouse, it gets blown out of proportion. And you've got to remember, everything that I'm saying here is personal opinion and from what I've experienced. Maybe it's different for other people. But yeah, that's the main issue with like keyboard and mouse versus controller is aim assist. I feel like the aim assist is a lot stronger on this game than it's ever been on any Call of Duty. I feel like the aim assist that you used to get on other Call of Duties was not strong at all. And then on these games, now you've got standard aim assist, which is traditional aim slowdown. Then you've got different types of aim assist, like precision and stuff like that. But on old Call of Duties, your aim assist was aim slowdown when going over a target. Versus on these new CODs, on Cold War, Warzone, and on Modern Warfare, it's not just aim slowdown. It also tracks the player as they're moving for you. It controls recoil for you. Like this aim assist that is on controller on these current games is nothing like how aim assist used to be. Like the aim assist you used to get years ago, all it would do is slow down your sensitivity when going over a target to make you less likely miss, because you cannot be as accurate on a controller as what you can on keyboard and mouse. But I feel like the aim assist on these current CODs is way too strong, like compared to how it used to be. And I understand why they did it, because a lot of people on keyboard and mouse are really good, and it's unfair against a controller player. But at the same time, from a keyboard and mouse perspective, it feels like controller players don't miss a single bullet against somebody on keyboard and mouse. Like, I don't understand why it is like that. It should be, the aim assist should be equal across the board. It shouldn't matter if you're going against a keyboard and mouse player or a controller player. It should be equal across the ground, like across the board. Like, you shouldn't have different aim assist if you're shooting a keyboard and mouse player versus somebody on controller. Like, I feel like that is so unfair. Like, yes, it's an unfair advantage, somebody being on keyboard and mouse against the controller player. And yes, because of how strong aim assist is, it's unfair at long distance to medium distance, a controller player going against somebody on keyboard and mouse. Like, there's disadvantages and advantages to both sides. Keyboard and mouse, I feel like, maybe has a lot more advantages, but then aim assist is what makes controller be a better like input device to play the game at, because of the aim assist advantage that you get. Like, I play with controller and I can do better on a controller. Bear in mind, since I've had Modern Warfare, I've got 720 hours on Modern Warfare. Since I've had Modern Warfare, I want to say 10 hours total of them entire hours was on a controller. And I can do better on a controller than what I can do on keyboard and mouse, which I think says a lot about aim. My movement is horrible on controller. My aiming, I'm just not confident enough at all. I don't push people on a controller. Like, I play like I'm playing CDL, holding angles, like, and being really smart. Versus keyboard and mouse, because I've got so many hours on keyboard and mouse, I'm very confident as a player, and I'm confident with my shot that I'm going to go into a room and I'm going to come out of that room alive. And another thing with aim assist as well, I know Modern Warfare was made for camping, right? So if someone's camping in the corner and they're aiming, holding the one entrance, or say if you're at the side of a building and you're camping in the corner to that building, and you're holding the angle that the person would come from, what I've noticed with aim assist is it starts to pre-turn to where it's to say if I was going to run around a corner and jump around the corner, the aim assist would start to pre-turn to where I'm going to land. So by the time that I've landed, that the aim assist is like the shot is already lined up to where I'm going to land. And I've noticed that a lot. Not recently, like I've noticed it over the entire year of me playing Modern Warfare. I've noticed that a lot. And it's so annoying because I don't get anything like that on keyboard and mouse. If somebody jumps around a corner, I have to wait for my brain to then recognise that, oh shit, there's a player there. Then my brain needs to tell my hand to move my mouse to the certain point of where the person is going to land. With a controller player, the controller reacts for you, like the aim assist reacts for you, and by the time you've like processed, oh shit, there's a guy there, and then you start actually putting input in, like that like I feel like that's so unfair. Controller players, especially controller players that camp, can have faster reaction time than somebody on keyboard and mouse because the aim assist pre-turns. Versus if I was doing the same thing on keyboard and mouse, I'm sat round a corner, well I'm not pre-turning, the game isn't reacting quickly for me and then waiting for me to react. Like, I feel like it's such an unfair thing. I feel like aim assist is way too strong for the current games. But then at the same time, when the aim assist goes weaker and makes the enemy miss his shots, or miss her shots, depending on the person who's playing, and then at the same time, it's kind of like a relief. But me as a keyboard and mouse player, I cannot miss shots when I go against somebody. If I miss a single bullet, I've lost a gunfight. And you can see from all of my videos that I've uploaded that I do miss shots. And when I miss shots, I'm likely to die. Majority games, the only thing that I will die to is if I miss shots. If I miss even 2 bullets out of the, say if I was using the Uzi, out of the 3 bullets that I need to kill the guy, if I miss 2 shots, I'm dead in that scenario. A 725 is another thing that I constantly die to. And somebody camping in the corner. They're the 3 things that I mainly die to. And obviously a lot of it is user error with me missing shots. But the game has skill-based matchmaking. The lobbies are constantly sweating. It's sweat after sweat after sweat after sweat. How does the game expect us to be 100% accurate all the time, plus sweating and this, that and the other? Like, it's way too much to ask. I'm not playing a CDL tournament for 7 hours a day. That's what the multiplayer feels like with the skill-based matchmaking. Then when you add on top of that the aim assist, like it's crazy. But yeah, I thought I was gonna have a little rant about it because I feel like aim assist is too strong versus like keyboard and mouse. And obviously I've explained the reasons why I don't play with crossplay turned off and I don't play against just keyboard and mouse players, because it's full of cheaters, and I really don't want to go against cheaters. Like, it's bad enough going against somebody on a controller who never misses against me, and like yeah, I can deal with that. I can put up with the fact that a controller player will not miss shots against me. But somebody who's just running around aimbotting, fucking using an EBR, shooting through every single wall with FMJ, that shit's crazy. Like, that's not something that I want to do, you know? And it's like I have another friend. You've probably seen me play with him. He's called Bro. And he turned off aim assist on a controller because he wanted to see how strong it was. And he actually preferred playing without it. Because, and this is kind of like a quote from what he said. He said that he feels a lot more rewarding getting kills with aim assist turned off. He said he feels so much more better about himself and so much more confident about his shot because he's not having to rely on the aim assist to track. He's like a keyboard and mouse player, where like he has to track, but he's on a controller on Xbox, and he loves the fact that he plays without aim assist. He says it's a lot better, but at the same time, he's in the same boat as me. If he misses any bullets, he's lost that gunfight. So and you can see there's a common theme. If you miss bullets as a keyboard and mouse player against somebody on controller, you are most likely going to die. Like, you have to be like an aimbot, I guess, where you don't miss a single bullet to win the gunfight. and it's honestly, it's so annoying. But yeah, that's the video from me. But yeah, I thought I'd make a video ranting about aim assist because it's something that I've been wanting to get off my chest for a while, and it's so annoying, and it's not going to change. Me making this video isn't going to make a difference. It's just going to bring up some other people's faults. So just drop your thoughts in the comments. Don't say they're saying that I'm wrong, because it's a personal opinion. And the fact that I don't like to play this game on a controller and I prefer it on keyboard and mouse doesn't mean that I'm wrong. I'm 100% right, because that's personal preference. If I preferred controller over keyboard and mouse, I would be 100% right. If somebody bought a PC and they played on a controller, that's perfectly fine. At least you're playing on a device that it's very good at gaming. Consoles game fine, PCs game very well. Like there's a difference, if that makes sense. So if they want to use controller because that's what they're good with, that's what we've learned with, they've got a better shot with controller, their movement is better than what it is on keyboard and mouse, and that's perfectly fine. Like it's personal preference. But yeah, I just want you guys to drop your thoughts in the comments, because it's kind of interesting to see where everybody is, you know, what everybody's mindset is and stuff like that when it comes to aim assist and keyboard and mouse. What is your opinion? Peace out, guys.